happening. I've got an amp on the floor. I'll turn this amp on. I have an aux cord. Aux cord is only plugged into the amp. No sound.
Disgraceful down the stretch last year. These teams.
I'm listening to sports.
I have a similar experience to this video. About 10 years ago, my brother and I were hanging out in his garage. He had an old 1986 Canyon boombox. The kind that you could only play like tapes on, listen to AM, FM radio, and we would use it as our speaker. We'd plug in an auxiliary cord, plug it into our phone, and listen to whatever we wanted to listen to. We were in the garage getting high one day, and I was fooling around with the end of the auxiliary cord, and I was pushing it, and getting like feedback and whatnot. So jokingly, I pressed it against my pineal gland and held it there, and we started hearing voices. And we messed with all the dials and whatnot, and changed the frequency of the radio stations, and it wasn't affecting the voices that were coming in. So I started pressing harder, and the voices came in more clear. Come to find out, it was playing coast-to-coast radio, and they were talking about Nephilim and giants and fallen angels and whatnot. And my brother and I had been really going deep down the rabbit hole about all this stuff recently. Never listened to coast-to-coast radio. Just happened to be bringing up the topic, which we had been researching heavily for a while. So we tried a few different things to see if it would affect what was happening. I took my shoes off, put my feet on the concrete. It started coming in clearer, so I realized the more that I grounded myself to the earth, the more that the radio frequency would come in clearly. So just being curious, we pulled up Coast to Coast live stream on the internet and played it, and the recording that we were getting off of the computer was about 10 seconds after what was coming through the speaker. So what I was pulling through the speaker was being broadcasted directly from the radio station before it had made its way to the satellites and came back down and was being broadcasted on the computer.